We just played Tamashii, Chronicle of Ascend, a game about cyberpunky stuff. So what's going on here? You can see chaotic as always. There's a city, and in this city is controlled by an AI named Ascend, and you move with your little miniatures all around the city, and you try to explore it and try to use all kinds of effects on these tiles. And you can see the AI is tracking you every time you enter a tile. You add 2, for if you enter that tile, you add 2 to your trace track. And the higher the trace track is at the start of each round, you roll dices. And if you roll certain dice faces, like this one, enemies are added to your track. And this track here is like, you see, like oracles and all kinds of scanning bots and whatnots. But the thing is, and here is what's interesting, you have this nifty bag filled with all kinds of tokens, and this is your launcher, which is basically like a programming interface. And at the start of each turn, you fill out the highlighted, you reach into this bag and start filling out the highlighted parts of your launching pad, right? And the idea is that you want to form all kinds of patterns. So in your turn, what you do is you can program. You have 4 programming points, and programming is moving, that's 1, right? Or shifting the 2 around. And what you want to do is you have all kinds of patterns, millions of patterns, right? But the basic patterns are like 3 of a kind. So for example, if I have 3 blues like this and I'm in the launcher phase, I can launch these 3 and then gain 1 memory here. But the thing is, and this is one of the most genius part, enemies have their own patterns here. You can hack them. So during your launch phase, if you do one of these patterns, you actually have this effect on them. So you basically can even kill them before they can even attack. And yeah, you can do a lot of things. You can use memory to gain new tokens in your dump file, where you dump everything and then they go back to your bag, right? You have all kinds of interesting augmentations. And then you of course have bodies. This is a basic body, but once you unlock it, you can have all kinds of bodies, and they have different values, like how much they move, how much they attack with, how much they program. And whenever you attack, for example, you always roll like 1 dice. For example, this is my attack, but if I spend my red asset, I can add 1 die for each and then I roll it. And these are basically the enemies. This is telling me that 2 enemies are going to attack. So if there are 2 of them, both of them attack, and they will attack with this sign. And then it tells me, like, for example, I have this combat frame here, which tells me that for each of these rolled values, I can assign them to the frame and then deal 2 damage, right? So yeah, basically what you do is you go through these very, very exciting scenarios which tell you what happens, and there's really cool stories, really. And you can also have these learning protocol cards, which are basically quests that you have to complete. And yeah, do all the scenarios, fight the boss, fight the monsters, and try to win the game. So this is Tamashii, a really, really good scenario-based game. It's not a campaign, and I highly recommend it.